Hello guys, this is Anant and this is my first video regarding aquascaping and shrimp keeping. So this is my nearly 5 gallon tank, 4 to 5 gallon tank actually, but it's large enough to keep dwarf shrimps in it. I'll tell you that I have around 11 neon tetras in this tank, 1 guppy and 8 to 9 adult dwarf shrimps, and then there are shrimplets which are beyond count. Now I'll zoom in to show you some adult dwarf shrimps. As you can see, they are hiding somewhere beneath the plants. Only if you can make out. You can see one red Riley adult shrimp on this wood. Many shrimps, many shrimplets on this Java moss. The shrimplets are very small in size, and that's why they're difficult to see, but only if you focus you'll be able to see. They usually hide in the bushes, the small leaves, and since they are red in color, my shrimplets are red in color and my gravel is also red in color, so they just camouflage. You can see there are so many small red shrimps, but since they are of the same color of almost same color of this gravel, so they are not very easily visible. So the red Riley shrimp that I showed you, this one, it's pregnant actually, and as you can see the eggs very clearly through her body. The name she gets Red Riley because she's red in the front, red at the back, and the middle portion of her body is somewhat transparent or whitish. This shrimp is still not ready to lay the eggs or shed the shrimplets, but she'll be in another 1 to 2 weeks. The shrimplets that she'll give out will be very small, smaller than these ones also, so they'll not be visible for almost 1 to 2 weeks. Now I have kept this middle portion of my tank uh, devoid of plants. I did not plant any plants in this area because I wanted my tetras over here. The neon tetras are schooling right now, as you can see. Schooling is a process in which certain species, certain varieties of fishes, they do what? That they actually stick very close to each other and they swim very close to each other. So this process, this thing is known as schooling. So you can see my neon tetras are schooling right now. Earlier when my tank was very densely planted, then they did not school very well because they felt very comfortable in the tank. There were very much hiding zones, so they were always segregated from each other, so they did not school well earlier. But right now when I have left this zone empty, they are schooling very well, as you can see. Now you must be wondering what these white things are. These are actually shells of shrimps which were not there actually few hours ago when I was here, but right now I can see that many shells are here. These shells are actually the exoskeleton of shrimps, and I did not remove these shells because they are somewhat helpful for your other shrimps because they feed on these shells. they actually derive some minerals or nutrients from these shells to so as to grow their new shells. So it's helpful. It's very rich in calcium. You can see a very small shrimp. It was feeding on the shell. Now I have kept neon tetras in my tank because these fishes are small enough so as to not harm shrimps. They are not very aggressive fishes. The logic that a fish will harm any other fish or shrimp is that uh, it depends. It always depends on the size of the mouth. When the uh, fish, the shrimplet or any fry is smaller than the size of the mouth of your fish, the fish will definitely try to harm it. But as soon as they grow bigger, like my shrimplets now have grown bigger than the size of the mouth of these fishes, so they cannot harm. Neon tetras do well with shrimps. They somewhat don't harm shrimps, so they are very famous to live with shrimps, to live among shrimps. So many aquarists keep neon tetras along with shrimps. There are also other fishes like some other varieties of tetras, hockey fishes. You can keep them with the shrimps. See, you can see small shrimps feeding on the exoskeleton over here. So that's why I did not remove these shells. Also, since there are many shrimplets in my tank and adult ones are only 8 to 9, so a day will come when all those very small shrimps, which are so many in number, they'll grow up to become adult ones and they'll keep on shedding so many shells in my tank. So when it will start spoiling the aesthetic value of the tank, then I'll definitely remove these shells from the tank, because apart from aesthetic value, if there is too much of shell, since it's very much rich in minerals, it might alter the composition of water and other things like pH and all. So when you are planning to keep shrimps, you must keep the tank very much clean. You need to change water regularly. Because shrimps only do well in clean water. The water in this tank is little hazy because I changed I changed everything in my tank yesterday. That's why it's little hazy. It will take another 2-3 days for it to clear. The reason why I have kept this guppy in my tank, though it might harm very small shrimplets, although the shrimplets that you can see now in my tank are large enough to protect themselves. The guppy cannot harm these ones. These are larger than the size of her mouth. But why I have kept this guppy in my tank is because my tank is an open tank and I have not kept the lid on. I have removed the lid from my tank. So it's very favorable, it provides favorable condition, and it's very opportunistic for some insects, mosquitoes and other unwanted species. They'll just take advantage of this open water and they lay their eggs, their larvae. So since this guppy is a surface feeder, she'll feed on the larvae, the eggs, and you'll be actually protected from these mosquitoes or other insects if you're keeping an open tank. So guppy is somewhat helpful in that case. So this is all about this video. Thanks for watching it, and please like it if you got any helpful information from this video. If the video was anyhow helpful to you, please do like, do comment, and please share the video. Thank you so much.